What's up, all you beautiful people? It's Brad from Girls Gaming. Today we are going to do a how-to video on starts. They can be tricky, and there is kind of a trick to it. That is pretty easy to do, and everybody can, I believe everybody can do it. So I'm going to go ahead, share this video real quick. Damn camera charge. Alright. I'm gonna go to a compound first, and I'll describe it there, and then I'll take us into some races, and I'll show you on that. Oh, the wrong one. Okay. Alright, here's your starting gate. I strongly recommend using a manual transmission for this, and it pretty much is going to guarantee you the whole shot. At least it has me. Now obviously when you're in a race, whether you be online, championship, time, or no, not time trial, or, you know, whatever, any official race, you know, you get that weird, like, countdown tone. The process stays the same, you know. You wait about a few seconds till the tone gets to that point. You all know what I'm talking about. And then boom, you release the clutch. However, the trick is if this yellow thing here is the gates, when you get right here and you're off the grid of the gate, just as you hit dirt, you want to click second gear. That's going to give you advantage of everybody on the starting line, because most people are going to go first, second, third, etc. through their gears. Most of them aren't going to get that early shift. You're going to get the early shift, and it's going to give you that advantage. Also, line choice is important, or gate choice can be important, depending on the track. I like to be right next to the box. So if this area where there is no yellow or green to the right of me is the box, so to speak, the divider, I like to be here. It's personal preference. You know, if you really want to get super technical in real life, you know, you want to pick the gate that's going to give you the straightest line to the inside corner. In this game, I believe that doesn't truly matter. It's about timing the gate correctly when it drops, you know, being a first bike off that gate, and grabbing second gear way early. You know, as soon as you come off that grid and that rear tire hits the dirt, you need to be popping second gear. So we'll do a quick little mock-up here. On first gear, waiting for the thing, gate drops, second gear. Third, you know, third, fourth, so on and so forth, until you get to your corner. Really super simple. So, we are going to go back to the main menu. And we are going to load into single event. And if I do this right, even if I mess the gate drop timing up, like if I'm off, by shifting a second early, I've still been able to get the whole shot. Just to give you an idea of the advantage that you get. I don't know, let's just write our own thing. So necessarily, you don't have to time the gate perfect. Even if you do come off the line slightly later than the rest of the group, you still should be able to beat them to the first corner and get the whole shot, or at least have a much better chance of getting the whole shot. I've spent a great deal of time of working on my starts, timing the gate, and trying to figure out how I can basically become better at it. Now, they won't let you start in second gear, so you for whatever reason, I don't know why, but qualify for that. Let's throw a hot lap for Ruski down. So my dumbass forgot to switch it to manual. So it'll work in the semi-automatic. It may not work as well. I normally don't run a semi-automatic transmission, but I have a big donkey brain, and I forgot to switch it to manual. Let's go to session times.
Well, that will do it.
My fear is by shifting really early, it may try to kick the bike back down to first. Hopefully, it doesn't do that. If it does do that, we'll have to back out, set it back up for manual. I don't know why in the world this damn game doesn't ever save that. I really wish they'd fix that. I do get tired of going in there and putting it on manual. So we'll give it a try and see if we can get this thing to work. I apologize for not paying attention and having it set up right. So gate choice, like we were discussing. So if I'm setting up the gate, in all honesty, if you look at, what is this? 1, 2, gate 5 from a professional standpoint looks like the straightest line to the inside. As what I'm looking at is that first tough block on the left hand side. So this gate looks like it would almost run into it. So ideally, from a professional standpoint, this is probably the best choice. In this game, I don't think that really matters. It's about getting in front of them. So I'm going to go to my usual. I like to either be here or here. I really don't like being on the outside of anything, or the inside of anything. The reason being is if you look here, if you were to just go straight out of this gate, you're going to run into that yellow tough block that's out there on the left side of the track. And as you can tell, you'll actually go off the track. So that's why the inside gate on this particular track is not a good choice. Same with gate number 2, and gate number 3 probably wouldn't be as bad, but you'd probably run in to the tough block at the corner on the left hand side. This gate as well, I don't feel that it would probably work. It'd probably be okay, not bad. But, you know, this gate would be alright. So we're going to choose gate I always like to go on, which is this. For those of you that don't know, the divider to the right of my gate can either be called the doghouse, or it can be called divider, or the box. And those are just some slang terms for those of you that don't know. I like to be by it. Just personal preference.
Here we go. Time to go racing.
Let's see if this works. Oh no, I fucked it up. Voilà. That's one thing when you're running manual. You can still use the clutch in semi-automatic, but when you're running manual, you have to remember, because it starts you in neutral. So you gotta remember to hold the clutch in and shift it into first gear. There we go. See, that early shift got us off the gate, and we're gonna get the whole shot. So, I'll show you what I mean. Just for the hell of it, we're gonna take the inside line. I'll show you what I mean by lining it up. If you want to get all official. See it? When it hit that yellow block cover, it's going to push you wide. You're still going to get the whole shot from the inside gate. So this trick, the early shift, from what I've done, is going to work pretty much anywhere on this gate. We'll go to the far outside line.
It's time to go racing.
Let's try it again.
Eyes focused on the gate.
See, I timed it perfect that time and shifted early. Got the whole shot again. So, really by shifting early, as long as you don't fuck up super hard like I did on the first one, you'll be able to get the whole shot. So try this gate.
Here we go.
And again, all I'm doing, holding clutch in on first gear, listening to the countdown thing, letting off, shifting to second, bike grabs traction, and I'm off. And we're gonna grab another whole shot. So, one thing that I've noticed, just from playing the game, whether you're doing a championship against realistic AI, or you're in online racing, and even in real life, the start matters. The position that you come out of that first corner, plays a major factor in the race. Obviously there's those guys that, can get a shitty start, being the bottom half of or let's say the bottom 10%, or they crash in the first corner. And we've seen it, Chad Reed, James Stewart, Rafael Polo, Eli Tomac, where they crashed in the first corner and they came back and won the race. That can happen. It's extremely hard to do, especially if you're in online racing. Some of you motherfuckers on there, I swear to God, you have space shuttle engines attached to your motorcycle. I don't understand how the fuck you guys are so fast. But, more power to you. You're just totally awesome. You guys have that ability to be so fast. I don't have the ability to be that fast. Some of you guys, I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at this game. Some of you guys I can't even touch with a 10-foot pole. You guys are so fast. But it matters. Gate choice, as you can see, we did inside, outside, middle, and then the kind of mid deal. And we were able to get the gate edges for the full shot every time. Sorry about that. Somebody's at my door. So, anyways, practice it. It took me quite a while to not only figure the early shift system out, I just happened to remember it from my ep6 ATV days. Figured I'd try it on here, and it actually worked quite well. So we'll go ahead and do it one more time. We're going to do it in the middle here. So we should be able to...
Here we go. Time to...
And you can see too, watch when I shift to second gear, so you can see the bike lug, and then boom, it takes off. And then bam, we have another hole shot. So, practice it, try it. It may take you a couple times, some of it you may get it right the first time. But again, it works really well in transmissions, which is primarily what I run. So it works pretty well on the semi-automatic transmission, which is what I'm running right now. Because I forgot to do that donkey thing. I forgot to put it on the manual. But hopefully this video helps you guys out. Helps you become a better racer and better riders. And adds, one more card up your sleeve to use during the race. Real quick, and on my last handful of videos, I've been talking about the championship that we're trying to put together through Gross Gaming. We're trying to do a 10-round championship with you guys, the viewers, and a couple buddies of mine. And basically it's going to be 10 rounds, once, twice, 3 times a week. It kind of depends on you guys. We're setting that up, and we're pretty much doing all communications through Discord. Anybody can join, any skill level, it doesn't matter. It's just about riding and having fun. And for some of you guys, I expect there's going to be some really fast riders, and there's going to be some, mediocre middle riders, and there's going to be some beginners. That's fine. For you beginners, that's a great opportunity for you guys to come in and learn from the rest of us. Not only is it going to make you faster because you're racing against people that are faster, it's going to give you that will to try harder. I'm a better rider and pick different line choices. Not only that, we're going to have a lobby full of people that you can ask questions to. Hey, how are you guys doing this? Or what do you do here? And how are you doing that? So not only are we able to ask the question, get an answer from one of us, and you'll be able to implement it live and try to make it work and perfect it. So that's kind of what we're doing. The Discord, if you guys want to join, by all means, I encourage you guys to. If we have to run 2 separate lobbies, we will. And you can get that link in the video description to Discord. Doesn't cost you guys anything to join. If you don't have a computer, that's okay. Discord makes an app, it's free. But just drop in and come in Discord and say hi and let us know that you're there for the championship. As soon as we get enough people in the Discord want to do the championship, we're going to light this one off. and then that's when we'll get everybody into discussion on how we're going to put it together, what times work for you guys. I'm in Arizona, so I understand that there's going to be people on the West Coast, people on the East Coast, and people in between. So come join us in Discord, join the championship if you want to. If you don't want to join the championship, still join Discord. That's going to be the main communication for this YouTube page. I created the Discord for this YouTube page, and I made it so that everybody that comes and joins this page or is subscribed has the ability to join the Discord server, and let's have some fun. Let's throw some races down, boys. But that's really what it's about. It's about just having fun racing, you know. Other than that, I hope you guys learned something from the video. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, go on down in the comment section. I do respond to those. I try to do it within a 24-hour period. And we'll see you in Discord or the next video, guys. Until then, stay safe and be good.